Hey guys, my name is Stephanie and I'm here with you with a new YouTube video. Just to inform you before we start this video, just want to inform you that there will be timestamps down in the description so you can skip to the part that you need the most or you can stay tuned and watch the full video. It's really up to you. So without any further ado, let's start this video. Oh, and don't forget to like, subscribe and comment down below if you have any other advice to add to this. On the way to the airport is probably one of the most anxiety challenging parts that you will ever know in your whole entire life of living. Like, literally, on the way to the airport, the fact that you think that you forgot something is the thing that will be killing you all the way through the whole entire trip. Like, literally, if you mess up this little tiny inside bitty thing, you're done for. And that's literally your mentality all the way up to the airport. And I'm here to make that mentality ease up on you a little and to re-register you of what you did. Because I had a recent experience of going to the airport, and to be honest, it wasn't all that bad. The anxiety was just there for no reason. But and let me sit you through it. So basically, I had this anxiety attack thinking I forgot something. Because of this anxiety attack, I did not forget a thing, and I am so happy. But sometimes the anxiety needs to be there for you to register what you did. Okay, so first of all, we're going to talk about booking the ticket. Booking the ticket is probably one of the most hardest part of the whole entire trip. I'm not gonna lie to you. So booking the trip would include seeing the prices that suit you the most, looking at the flights, making sure you get the right flight. I do not recommend Ryanair. I am so sorry. But yeah, looking at the prices and stuff like that, checking it, making sure you correlate with it, making sure you read the reviews, because the reviews is what will help you the most, especially in the hotel as well as the actual place. Um, just so you know, if you are booking a hotel, I would advise you to get like a 4 out of 5 or 3 out of 5 star hotel, because getting a 2 out of 5, 1 out of 5 just because it's cheap ain't gonna help you that much. I won't even lie. But just a little advice just to put that out there. Okay, one of the major things that I would think that it's good to advise you lot about, like, going to the airport on a first time travel, would be deciding what time you're going to book your flight ticket at. When you're booking this ticket, you're obviously not gonna think twice about it, but realistically, the time where you book your flight is really important. It determines whether you're gonna miss your flight or whether you're gonna spend too much money getting there. For example, when we booked our flight, we did it just spontaneous. We just picked whatever time that went with it, and it was just like, yeah, we can wake up that time, and we were only thinking about if we could wake up at that time. Bear in mind, over the next coming weeks, we were getting all this advice and stuff like that about how we should book our flight tickets during the day, because then we'll have actual transport to get there. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, when you're booking like a flight ticket time and you're checking the time, seeing if it correlates with your schedule, also make sure that you get how to get there. Like, if you're using a bus, if you're using a taxi, if you're using a friend's car, family car, whatever the case is, just make sure you know how to get there. Just make sure you correlate your rush hour times, because I don't know if it's in every country that's different, but basically in Ireland, during 8 to 9 to 10, rush hour, literal rush hour, you will not literally get anywhere during that time. So, like, if you're booking a flight around 8, 9, or 10, I advise you to rethink that, because you don't know how long you're going to be stuck in traffic for. You don't know if it's going to be talking 2 hours, 3 hours, God knows. You just don't want to. And if you are going to book a time at that time, you probably want to get there around like 7, 6, probably earlier than you should be getting there, because it's a bit of a stretch, I won't even lie. But like, so if when I say like 8, 9, or 10, I don't mean like your flight actually has to be at 8, 9, and 10, because obviously if your flight is at 8, 9, and 10, you're obviously gonna leave at around 6 or 7 or whatever. But when I say 8, 9, 10, I mean like 10, 11, 12, 1. Like, just leave early, because those times are like really rush hour. Also, 4, 5, and 6 p.m. would also be rush hour in Ireland, and basically all the rest of the times should be fine. all the rest of the times. When I say 4, 5, and 6, I also mean 3 as well. But this is where the time where everyone comes back from work, from school, from college, wherever. This majorly applies during the school season. It doesn't majorly apply during the summer, because during the summer there's only people going to work. Okay, sorry about that. So basically, what I was saying is that this only applies during the school season. What I was told that I thought would actually be very handy was to book a flight ticket in the evening, like around 9, 10, 11. Because then I think this time is really handy because then the buses are still working. So by the time I get there, it'd be like 6. By the time I leave my house, it'd be like 6, 7, or 8. And then let's say I'm taking a bus, let's say I'm taking the train, let's say I'm taking the Lewis, let's say I'm taking a taxi. I just like, like I just be there on time. Like it would be like an identified time. What really also helped me a lot is Google Maps. You don't even know how much Google Maps can help. Like everyone's like, Google Maps is shit. No. No. Now, don't come at me. Don't dislike this video. But I still use an Android, and let me tell you, the Google Maps on that shit is the bomb. I'm not lying to you. Please don't come at me. But like still, but like the Google Maps literally helped me through everything that I went through in that trip. I was just like there on Google. Oh, one thing that you also need to remember when you're going to the flight, make sure, probably like a couple days before you go to the flight, not when you're going, but make sure the data service that you are using connects in a different country. Because basically what happened is that on this trip, me and my friend went on this trip, right? And her data service didn't work in a different country. She had no way to contact her parents, her know her way around the trip. And let's say it was a situation where she had to go around this country alone. She doesn't know the language. She doesn't know how to use Google Translate without internet. She doesn't, fixate on that. But when I tell you this shit is really important, make sure your data roaming service always works. Because even when it came to like booking taxis and stuff like that, we needed the internet, we needed to call each other. Let's say we want to separate, we needed to we find each other and shit like that. So in my situation where we since we were together, my data was roaming in a different country, which also I didn't check. But basically when you go to a different country, also make sure your data service is like the roaming switch is on, which probably gonna be here, probably not. But yeah, see if I get the hang of this video editing thing. But yeah, it's like make sure the roaming switch is switched on, and then make sure you connect it. Basically, the service that I use since I'm in Ireland, just remembering that because I know it's different in every single country, is Aircom, which also worked in a different country. And I'm not sure about about Vodafone or Tesco. I know Tesco definitely doesn't work. That's the service that my friend was using. I'm supposed to call her my sister, like bro, chill. So yeah. Also, okay, back to the times, because I feel like the times are really important, and like it's the only thing that got given out to before the trip. Because I got given out a lot, and let me tell you, when I say it's a lot, I mean it was a lot. Obviously you want to take as much advice as you can, except like you don't want people shouting at you. You want to do it right the first time around. Let me tell you, it is not nice getting shouted at. But whatchamacallit, the times are really important because if you leave around 3 a.m, 4 a.m, let's say you book a ticket around that time, you have to make sure you have that transport ready. Make sure you have that taxi ready. Taxis to the airport from my place is like €50. Certain places like €20, certain places is like €100. So make sure you know the prices of your taxis. Also, if you are gonna book a taxi, make sure it's not during rush hour, because honey, you do not want to pay that fee. But also, if you're gonna take a bus, make sure you carry bare minimum amount of luggage. When I tell you bare minimum amount of luggage, I mean like 10-kilogram bag and a handbag. Like literally, it's just, if you have like a on you and you're trying to catch a bus, it's, honey, you're not gonna look healthy. But yeah, so make sure you have all of that sorted. And if you think you can handle it, if you think like your bus stop is like 20 minutes away or like 5 minutes away, sorry, 20 minutes away, but 5 minutes away, and let's say it's just downstairs or just outside your door, by all means be my guest, catch that bus, you get it, girl. Make sure your bus is working, because I remember my mom trying to travel during quarantine times and the bus service wasn't working, and so she had to end up using the taxi, which, but yeah, the travel bus service wasn't working. So make sure you know your bus is working. I wouldn't advise booking tickets beforehand, because sometimes you might miss your bus. Sometimes your bus will end up not working. Sometimes, all of that shebang will happen. A lot of drama will happen. So I wouldn't advise it. But what you can do in advance, if you want to make sure that they're there on time, is that if you want to like get a taxi at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., you probably want to like call them like 3 days to 4 days beforehand, 2 days beforehand, or 1 day beforehand, because I feel like that would be cheaper than booking on the night, because booking on the night would be like true expensive. So now we're going to talk about the differences between the times. Sorry, I'm emphasizing the times again, but during nighttime, the benefits and the pros and the cons. The pros and cons of the nighttime travel is that nighttime you get to see the starlight, like the nightlight. It's a beautiful view. I am so sorry, but it's such a beautiful, sexy ass view, and you want to see that. Like that's the whole reason why you would book a night flight. Like I feel like that's the whole reason why I book it. But also there's no traffic. You don't have to deal with the bullshit of people, and it's kind of really handy though. But the part about nighttime is that it's more expensive than the daytime. So I feel like traveling nighttime is like traveling night, like in first class. That's what I feel like traveling nighttime would be, and then traveling daytime would be like traveling like economy style. You have to deal with the traffic. It's cheaper, but like once you get there, you're probably gonna be running through the security and shit like that. It's not healthy. It's a lot of stress. So I do advise nighttime. I do advise it. Highly advise it. But yeah, truly it's up to you and your day trip, and depending on like when you get there. Do you want to arrive at nighttime? Do you want to arrive during the day? Do you want to mess up your sleep schedule? Do you not want to mess up your sleep schedule? Truly it's up to you. But yeah, there's a little bit of advice, so you know the pros and cons and what weighs it out, and so where to go from there on out. Also, if you're traveling at nighttime, the flight tickets are cheaper, just so you know. And if you're traveling during the day, it's a little bit more expensive. Just giving you a heads up on that. But yeah. Okay, so now I think that's everything actually. So we've gone through everything, and this is the outro, I guess. But thanks for staying towards the end. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up and comment any extra advice that you need to comment, that in order to advise as many people as we can, because we are literally trying to reach as many people as we can, and literally trying to make sure that everyone's not going through that anxiety toss in your head when you're going to the airport, when you're at the airport, when you're on the airplane. We kind of just want this to be a smooth ride. And genuinely, as I spoke, these were all the things that I was looking through in YouTube videos that I just couldn't find. Like I could find in the other countries, but I couldn't find in Ireland. And it was just really handy just making one for Ireland because of the dubs. But yeah, this is only for like first time travelers. Obviously, if you're a professional traveler and you think you know your shit, make sure you leave that comment down below, because we need as much advice as we can get. We just need as much advice as we can get. But yeah, and if I did say anything a little bit dodgy, a little bit wrong, by all means correct me. But yeah, just make sure the priority of going on this trip is that you have a fun time. You try not to overthink things. You're trying to get things done and over, get the important things done over, and time to have that fun. Trying to throw up your hand in the air for the Ibiza party, because you're there, you've done it. Once you get through that part, please, everything will be a breeze, literally a breeze. This is why I made this the first video, because this series is gonna contain all in what is needed to be all, because y'all needed it. We all need it, let me not lie. And I don't know who else needed it. I needed it. So if I needed it, who else would need it? I'm pretty sure everybody would need it. So by all means, be my guest, share this video, whatever the case is, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay tuned to the series or to the end of the series if you're planning on traveling in the next month or so or the next week or so. I'm glad that I could help you. My name is Stephanie once again, and yeah, if you haven't already clicked out this video, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!